try to get Yusuf to do what was prohibited. Okay. The husband says, "Wastaghfiri li dhanbik." Okay. Innaki kunti min al-khati'in. This is the verse number 29. This shows you that the concept of istighfar and the concept of sin was there with these people. They may not be completely following what was the tradition of Nuh alayhi salam, okay? Yet that concept was there. These kings did not call themselves Pharaoh. Okay? No. They were just rulers. When they conquered this land, okay, from the progeny of Ham, Ham's progeny, like other progenies, had also diverted from the teachings of the Prophet. No. Okay. And idol worshipping and all those things started. Okay. They were defeated by these Amalek. Okay. And one of the rulers who was instrumental in overthrowing the people of Ham was Walid. His name was Walid. His son was Rayyan ibn Walid. Okay. And he handed over the power to Yusuf. I'm just trying to connect you to history. Okay. Yusuf. Not his son, but Yusuf. Okay. After Yusuf, Rayyan's son Darim became the ruler, and after him, Qamis became the ruler. And slowly, the kingdom became weaker. Yusuf had ushered them into an era of prosperity unseen ever. And Quran talks about it. Okay. The dream that Yusuf saw, that was seen by the king, and the interpretation of the dream by Yusuf. Okay. In the meantime, at the time of Yusuf, his father Yaqub and the brothers all came to Egypt. Okay. And they were settled in what's called as Memphis in our tongue, our language, okay, in that area of Egypt. Okay. When Yaqub came, there's a tradition in some of the books that says that on hearing the news of his father's coming, Joseph went out to receive. Okay? And he was, of course, the king at that time, okay? Ultimate ruler. Okay? And if not ultimate ruler, at least, premier or whatever it is. Okay? He was on a horse, okay, accompanied by his bodyguards or his soldiers, and his father was also riding a camel or whatever. There's one tradition that says, okay, that he saluted his father, but he did not dismount from his mount, okay, in show of respect, or he waited or whatever it was, okay, and suddenly Jibreel comes and tells Yusuf to open his fist that was closed at that time. He opens and suddenly he sees light passing away. He asks Jibreel, "What is this?" Jibreel says, "This was the nur of Nabuwa in your progeny that has been taken away from you and given to your brother Levi." Levi, as it is called in English. And Levi is the one who had opposed the killing of Yusuf when they had taken him, okay, for a picnic. The brothers wanted to kill him. Musa was the great-great-great-grandson of this Levi. And so I'm connecting you where it came from. In the meantime, these Amalek kings became weaker, okay, and eventually they were again overthrown by people from south, the clan of Ham. And these are the guys who started using the word Pharaoh. Ra is sun. Okay. Okay. And Farah is a reflection of sun, which is the king. And Farah became Pharaoh in Hebrew and Fir'aun in Arabic. The kings called themselves Fir'aun, reflection of God, sun god. Okay. That's the background how Moses came. Okay. Now once Amalek were overthrown and these Ham people regained their foothold. Remember, Ham were overthrown by Amalek. Okay. Once again, Ham overthrew them. Okay. And these Amalek went back to what is Babylon, okay, and Canaan and the Arabian Peninsula. Okay. And they merged with local population or whatever it was. Okay. The children of Yaqub, Bani Israel, stayed where Joseph had put them, Yusuf had put them, which is Memphis and the area adjoining it. Okay. They multiplied, okay, and even after Yusuf, okay, their population grew, okay, and that growth never ended. They were blessed people, okay. Quran reminds them constantly, okay, of my blessings on you, Bani Israel. Okay. They are blessed people, okay. They excel in trade, okay, and anything that you could think of, they were at the top. Okay. Multiplied many times over. When the people of Ham came to power again, they thought children of Yaqub as the big threat. It happens, you know. A community that is prosperous, rich, wealthy, resourceful, and has means, okay, others are jealous of it. Particularly those who have conquered them or conquered the country with sheer might. Okay. So what to do? They tried to impose taxes on them, first thing, on their trade, okay, on their business, on their land. Increase the taxes further. Okay. Confiscated their lands. Threw them out of any power structure in the country and reduced them to a class of laborers. Within 200 years, okay, the most prosperous people in the world, okay, were turned into beggars. Okay. This is what economy is. Okay. Those in power can do whatever they want to. Okay. So when Israel were stuck there, nowhere to go. Okay. And because of the prophecies that they had from Yaqub, his son Yusuf, and other their elders, that a man would come who would relieve them from the pain of submission that they were in. And that man would be Moses. The kings, one after another, come, Pharaoh, and Ramses II was the king when Musa was born. The prediction by his astrologers was that a child will be born in Bani Israel, okay, who's going to knock you off and your kingdom. Okay. So what to do? Easy. Kill all children who was born. That is one. And then there was advice that in addition to killing the children, make sure that Bani Israeli men are not with their wives, so that the process does not start. Okay? On a particular day that they had in their mind. The astrologers, were highly knowledgeable. The rule was passed that all Bani Israeli men would be out of the town on those particular days. And the women would be in their homes. There's no question of them having a relationship. Imran, the father of Musa, had already two children. One was a daughter, and the other was a son, Harun. Harun was older than Moses. Okay? He was older than Moses. Okay? There are two, and these are born much earlier. Okay? Probably they were 12 years and 10 years or something like that. Before this order was passed. Okay? So now, a lot of children have been killed, probably a few thousand children were killed. And to compound it, make sure that nothing happens. Imran was a laborer as other Bani Israelis were. By the way, the Ahram, the pyramids, were all built by Bani Israel. They were used as laborers. Okay? And paid almost nothing. Hundreds of them died, probably thousands, in building of these pyramids. Okay? So they were used as laborers, and Imran happened to be the gatekeeper of Ramses' palace. Okay. In many big homes, palaces, you have gatekeepers who are on the gate. Okay. They are laborers, And that night, his wife came to him, Imran's wife. A relationship was established. Okay. Allah has his mysterious ways. Okay. And she became pregnant. Okay. Pharaoh had done something else also. For every woman from Bani Israel, he had appointed a Coptic woman from his clan, his associates. By the way, division is two: Hebrew, those who are from Bani Israel, okay, and their supporters, and Coptic who are others from Hans. So for every woman, there's a woman who has been deputed to check her and make sure that nothing happens. Okay. In spite of whatever they've done, this addition is also done. Okay. Instantly, this woman becomes a friend of Imran's wife. And she does not disclose that she is pregnant. Quran has referred to mother of Musa being revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put him after his birth, in the casket. Okay. A box sort of, and put in the river. But before that, the child is born, of course, and Musa cries. By some accounts, soldiers hear it, who are patrolling, okay, knocks, okay. His mother puts him in the oven. And the oven cools down. And Musa survives. And then that box, and he is safe in the river. Musa's box, casket, is picked up by Firaun and his wife. Firaun's wife is Asya, by some traditions. Asya does not have a son, but a daughter who has leprosy. Okay. And some of those fortune tellers have said, at the spit from one of the Bani Israel would cure your child. Okay. Firaun wants to kill, and she insists on keeping the whole story is in Quran, not repeating, but this part is in tradition, it's not in Quran. Okay. The spit of Musa cures her daughter, and she falls madly in love with Musa. And many occasions when Firaun, Ramses II, okay, has wanted to kill him, because some of his astrologers told him, this may be the child. Okay. She intervenes and protects him. Time passes. Okay. Ramses has a son from either one of his slave girls or maybe his wife, whoever it is. The relationships in those days are very fluid. Okay. So we, by some analysis done on the mummies, have seen a king who was the product of brother and sister. Corruption throughout. Anyway, and that is the Firaun that Musa confronts later on. Okay? So both of them are raised together, son of Firaun and son of Imran, in the same house. Okay? Asya by all accounts, is not from the clan of Pharaoh. Okay. Which means she is not Coptic. Okay. Whether she is from the clan of Sam, maybe, okay, but she is not Israeli either. Okay. Otherwise, she would not have been there. This is historical here. Musa turns into be a very strong man. Okay? And since he is from Bani Israel, he has very strong sympathies for these laborers who are Bani Israel. Musa has not sucked the milk of anyone else, only his mother. And Quran tells us how, he is brought to his mother. Okay. There's a parallel here that those who say that Sadia was the wet nurse of the Prophet, okay, have something to answer. They had brought so many women, Coptic women, okay, and others also, to feed Musa, and Musa did not suck on any breast. Okay. It tells us that the food from Prophet, nourishment from Prophet, comes from those who are ethically pure. Okay. His attachment to Bani Israel, which he does not display openly, okay, but he tries to help them. And that's where that incident comes, when he sees a Coptic and one of his people arguing, fighting, and he punches him, and the Quran mentions this. Okay. He leaves Egypt, afraid that he would be killed. Okay. So he's out. Okay. He crosses Egypt into Madain. That's out of bounds of Egypt. Okay. And there his encounter with a prophet called Shuaib. He's near a well, tired and exhausted, and he sees a few women standing with their sheep. Okay. And people of their clan with their animals. Okay. Almost overwhelming. He asks them, what is the matter? And they tell him that we can only have water after these people leave. Okay. And they've been waiting. He comes forward and is able to water their animals. Okay. They leave and he sits down under a tree. Okay. One of those girls come. He's invited to Shuaib's house. He gives him the story. Musa gives him the story. And Shuaib encourages him. Okay. That's it. You are out of the danger. Okay. And I'd like to marry you to one of my daughters. The marriage takes place. For 10 years, he stays there. Okay. And after 10 years, the term is, completed. The term was the service of Shoaib for so many years. Okay. He lives with his wife. That is the second part of his life. The third part, okay, I haven't gone in details. The third part starts when, in the trouble, okay, suddenly he sees a light. Okay. He wants to investigate, leaves his wife there, and goes forward. Okay. On that mountain that's known as Mount Sinai. Okay. And there, he sees reflection. Okay. As he approaches, okay, the revelation comes to him, okay, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. That I'm your Lord. Okay. The message is clear, okay, that your prophethood has commenced. You have to go. It is when Musa pleads to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rabbi shrah li sadri, Surah Taha, verses 21 onwards. Surah Taha is 20th surah of Quran. Rabbi shrah li sadri, wa yassir li amri, these are regarding his own son. Okay. And then he prays to Allah to give him a helper. And that helper he names Harun. The question arises here, does Harun become prophet after Musa requests, or is he prophet before? For those who say that prophets become prophet after God commences them, okay, there's a point that they make. Okay. For those who say that the prophet is born prophet, okay, and that in the creation itself, okay, the prophethood is established. Okay. Harun was a prophet who was silent. Okay. He was a prophet who was silent. Okay. The prophets may be of many kinds. There are prophets who preach to a clan, who preach to a nation, who preach to a whole ummah, and then who preach universally. Okay. They're grades of prophet. And they're prophets for themselves. Sometimes a silent prophet is a prophet for himself. How himself? He does not commit anything that would be contrary to Islam. Okay. So, even if his prophethood is established later on, commenced later on, the purity has been originally established. Okay. Harun is that prophet. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, okay, now you go to Pharaoh. Ramses' second son is now the ruler. The old man has died. Okay. And this young man is more corrupt, more arrogant, okay, and has more hatred for Bnei Israel. One hatred is general, and the second hatred is regarding Musa. Okay. As I told you earlier, they both grew together in the house of Pharaoh. And yet, Musa outshone him in all fields. Okay. So that hatred is intense. He is now the king. And Musa is a felon runaway, okay, so as to say, because he has hit a Coptic guy. The Coptic guy has died. He has run away. In absentia, okay, he has been condemned to death, that he will be hanged. So, now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells him to go to the same Fir'aun. Okay? And don't be afraid. Allah is with you. Both of you go. You have asked for Harun, both of you go. Okay? And you would succeed. Antama, Umarittabakuma, wal ghalibun. You will overpower them. Now, this is something that we must always realize, that Allah has predicted that He would overpower them. And yet we see that in the initial stage, for many, many years, it is Fir'aun who is overpowering them. Isn't it? That's history. So, as I said in the Jummah yesterday, that we should never be doubting the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. That's going to come. What He has promised is going to come. At what time? That is His choice, not ours. So, they go. Okay. Remember, a person who's been condemned to death, and Musa knows it, okay, that he's been condemned to death. Okay. And that's the reason that he left Egypt. How does he march straight to the throne of Pharaoh? Shouldn't he be afraid? No, he's not. He's not. Both of them, though, Quran in various places has talked about, the happenings. The nutshell is that he has been sent as a preacher. He preaches a few things. The least thing he says is, okay, stay what you are. Send Bani Israel with me. You want to leave? In other words, deport us. But when you deport people, okay, who is going to do the labor work? Okay? So Bani Israel have been doing the labor work. So Pharaoh is not going to deport them. He may say whatever he wants to say. Pharaoh of that time or our time doesn't make a difference, No, I'm not going to let you go. It's a free labor. Okay? Okay. Do you have any proof that you are a messenger of God? And the proof is seen. Okay. You are a magician, man. You have put a spell. Okay. He calls his astrologers and others to look for magicians in the whole country. And they find some. We'll set a date and we'll have a contest. Okay. Musa agrees. Okay. The magicians come. And the contest is held. You know the whole story, I don't want to repeat it. Okay. As the magicians see their tricks failing, Okay? They bow down. Okay? They make the sajda, prostration. Okay? And they say, we believe in the Lord of Moses and Harun. Surah Taha and other surahs also. Okay? Firaun is angry. You did that before I allowed you. I'm going to punish you. I'm going to cut off your hands and feet from opposite sides, which means right hand and left feet. Okay. And then I'm going to kill you by hanging you. Okay. And they say, okay, do whatever you want to. But we would stay strong in our faith. And that's what happens to those magicians. They are the first shuhada of Torah. Okay. Their belief is intense. Okay. They are willing to endure whatever is laid to them. All of them, their organs cut and hanged. Okay. This part finishes, Moses going to the court of Pharaoh. Okay. Next week, inshallah, we'll proceed further. Okay. The Exodus, and eventually, the week after, he is reaching what is Palestine. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. And not only. Son was from either slave girl of Ramses or his other wife. Okay.